Today on the roast, we out here at the Peace in the Streets. Introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Umar McDowell.
And we're here to talk about the Umar Boxing Center and some of the special things that you do that no other center is doing right now.
Right now we have, this is our, maybe 23rd year of doing this. We are one of the first boxing programs with legitimate educational component. While, boxing is going on, we have an educational program. And there's no hooks before books. And kids from 6 to 13, it's mandatory from them being an educational component before they come to the boxing. See, what we're trying to do, we're trying to embrace the stereotype that they have on boxing. A lot of people think that anyone can do it, but it takes a thinking person to be a great boxer. Most of the guys, the champions that you see, with the skill level, they're great thinkers. And a lot of them, boxing also rests up on your listening skills. I'm saying it's just a great sport, and I would recommend it for anyone.
And it's a thinking man's sport.
Right.
It's not checkers, it's like chess.
Right, it's chess. It's chess. And, since I've been doing this, I have a 85% graduation rate. Most of the kids that's been in the program since I started, they get good progress reports, they pass to the next grade, and they finish high school. And I have a bunch of them that's in college, including myself. He get ready to start Morgan. He's in the engineering program. So I'm very proud of that. I had a nephew.
Very good engineering program. I was a part of that program.
Yeah. And I have a nephew that I trained. He's going for his master's at COP, business administration. So I'm saying, if we give these kids a chance and show them how to get themselves a chance, we really can change the scheme of things in Baltimore. And I'm dedicated and disciplined to do that. We failed the kids in some ways, but it's up to us to show them the right way. And Umar Boxing has been out there. We've been on the ground level. We're a grassroots program. We're doing the work, and I'll do this work as long as I'm living.
Talk about the new initiative with the mayor was talking about, put the guns down and put the gloves up.
Yeah, well, that initiative came from me.
Talk about that.
A lot of people don't know that Jack Young, the mayor, he was a boxer as a kid. He trained over the McDowell gym. And he said that out of frustration because he knew that it worked for him when he was a kid. And he has a thing called a call to action where he meets with all the grassroots programs, and I'm a part of that call to action. So anything that we need as far as funding and connections, is all kind of organizations that's in the call to action. If we need mental health, if we need education, I'm saying we have a slew of people in there that can help each other, and that's what we got to do. We got to work all together to change the city, and we can do it.
Do you find a lot of people working together in the city right now, or no?
Well, I find they working together, but I've been doing it so long by myself. If somebody want to be with me, if they want to partner with me, I'm all for it. But I'm about to work, and I get frustrated for all this talk because while we talking, these kids are dying. So, we just got to be dedicated and sincere of saving these kids' lives, and that's where I'm at with that.
How important are events like this for Peace in the Streets? And also, just to let the public know that, that there are people that are out there that do care about the kids.
Yeah, it's very important for this. You see all these kids out here, it should be more. But these kids got to see, and we all have to be an example for these kids. These kids only copy what they see. If they're seeing downtrodden stuff, if they see bad stuff, that's what they're going to do. So we want to encourage them and inspire these kids and let them know that we care about them and we love them. These kids, that's what the problem is. Ain't no love out here for them,
I notice I see a lot of who working with the kids also as Shabazz Brother Promotions. Right. Talk about that.
Well, Shabazz Brothers, he's been around a minute, and he's a very fair promoter, See, a lot of people don't know the business of promoting, you know, and they expect this and expect that, but, you know, all they have to do is just listen and learn, and like I said, we can change things, man. Our community, our responsibility.
You know, speaking on that, do you find a lot of your kids that do graduate from college come back and talk to the youth in your gyms?
No, they don't.
Is that frustrating to you?
Yeah, it's a disconnect, right? Because it seems like when they do get a little successful, they want to get away from it and get out of here. Instead of coming back and changing and influencing like somebody was changing and influencing them. You know, sometimes these kids grow up in selfish situations, but I'm saying we got to change this thing, man, because everybody needs help. And it's just, you know, it's sad at times because, you know, we created this problem, so we got to change this problem, man. You know? And organizations, there's a lot of organizations out here that help kids, but we got to get them in it. They're so used to raising themselves and doing things that they want to do. It's hard to convince them that we're trying to give them hope. So I'm a hope dealer. I've been a hope dealer for a long time, and I deal in hope, and I want a great life for these kids and any and everything that I can do. We got, and see, Umar is the Arabic word that means life. So when I was putting this program together, I wanted to put life back into the community and give these kids a lifetime of experience. Coming to Umar, you're going to get something that's going to help you a lot.
Now, have you lost kids along the way in the program?
Oh, yeah, man. It's been tough. You know, about a year or so ago, I lost 2 of my boxers.
Wow.
Yeah, they were, 2 of them were murdered. One was murdered, 19 years old. He was coming home from work, and some guys tried to rob him. So I guess he got the best of him, and they had to get a little help. You know, and they shot him in the chest and killed him.
Oh, man.
Then another one of my boxers, during the day, he was protecting some of his girls, some girls that he, you know, be with. Some guy pulled her up and, you know, started disrespecting her. Him and the guy get in a fight, and he popped, and he knocked the guy out. So as he was coming home later on during that day, this guy pulled a gun out and shot him in the chest and murdered him, man. You know, so I've been touched in all ways, you know, and it only makes me even more determined to do what I need to do to help the situation.
You know, speaking on that, in your years of experience dealing with this, what's the toughest thing that you had to deal with, and how did you overcome it?
Well, it was a personal situation that happened to me. You know, my oldest son tried to kill me. You know, he stabbed me. You know, and for a minute, all this stuff happened when I was starting this program. And for a minute, I didn't like teenagers. You know, teenagers look at me wrong or say something wrong to me. Ain't no telling what I would do. But me putting this program together, it really changed me, man. You know, because I know these kids need me. My son needs me. We cleared everything up, you know. But I'm telling you, man, I was messed up in the head, man, for a minute. But I asked God to take this weight off me, and He did. And this is my life now. My life is to save these kids, change these kids' lives, and this is what I live for.
Do you think that experience helped you to prepare to deal with the kids that you're dealing with now?
Yes, because I deal with all kind of kids that are bullied and the bulliers, kids that are shy, kids that are abused, all kind of dynamics that these kids, you know, go through in life. I get them. So, from my experiences dealing with my own kids, you know, it really helped me set the stage to try to save these kids in any way that I can.
Did you ever have a kid that you put out the program and regretted?
Well, it wasn't a kid, but it was a parent. So since the kids had that parent, they had to go with the parent.
Oh, wow.
You know, at times running the people, right, that want to tell you what to do, tell you how to do with their kids. You know, I like for them to just bring the kids, drop them off, pick them up. You know, but sometimes you get parents that sit around and eye hustle, you know, and then they feel that they can do the same things that you do, and they'll pull the kids out and they'll try it themselves, right? And them not having the experience. Now, you know, I've been involved in boxing since I was 12 years old, right? I'll be 60 this year. So this has been boxing. My life has been this. I know this backwards and forwards, you know. So how in the world you gonna tell me how to do what I do when I had a lot of success and their kids were successful? You know? So a lot of times parents hurt these kids because, like I said, they are hustling and get the impression that it's easy. It's not easy.
Do you ever get the parents who bring kids in that you know really don't want to do the boxing, but?
Yeah, but see, I have the personality that I can convince them that it's good for them. And once that, you know, the kids that don't want to do it, they really turn out to be the best boxers because they find something, they find their niche. Oh man, I'm good at this. I might as well go and do it. You know? But we just got to show these kids love. We got to show them that we care about them, and we got to be there for them. Because the problems that's happening now, we created these problems with these kids. You know? Now it's up to us, you know, to change it. You know?
You know, I gotta ask you, man, how do you feel to get this belt right here?
Hey man, look, it was a surprise, right? You know, I thought that he just wanna come and let me talk about my program, right? But it feels good to be recognized, man. You know, and I work hard at what I do, and I don't look for no handouts or whatever. You know, if you want to give me a handout, donate it to the organization to keep me doing what I'm doing. But personally, you know, I'm not really into that. But when I do get something, I cherish it.
That's a beautiful belt.
This belt is going to be hung up. And I'm going to tell you, man.
Get close up in
yeah,
so y'all
I
can
love
see
it. I love it. I love getting gifts. Yeah.
Hey, but one last question while I got you. What's your thoughts on Gervonta Tank Davis fight in Baltimore?
He's real. Look, see, a lot of people don't know the history of Baltimore in boxing. A lot of people don't know that Baltimore had the first African-American world boxing champion. His name was Joe Gans. He grew up in Sandtown. Tank is from Sandtown. You know, this man was the first African-American world boxing champion from Baltimore. If it wasn't for Joe Gans, there'd be no Jack Johnson, there'd be no Joe Lewis, there'd be no Sugar Robinson, there'd be no all these African-American boxers. If it wasn't for Joe Gans, right, it wouldn't be as they are. He was the first African-American world boxing champion. And his grave site is right in Westport at Mount Auburn Cemetery, right? It was a black graveyard for popular folks here in Baltimore. If you get a chance, you should go there.
Yeah, definitely.
His grave site is right there when you come in the gates. Big plaque, big stone, right? And it says Gans. But no one really knew the history of it. So I'm in the Veterans Boxing Association International Ring 101, right? The Maryland Boxing Hall of Fame. So we adopted his grave site and we put a bronze plaque stating when he won the title, because he won the lightweight championship in 1902 and held it in 1908.
Wow, that's some deep history right there.
They called him the old master. Not because of his age, but because his skills were way beyond him, you know, and they called him the old master. He had a hotel in downtown Baltimore called the Goldfield Hotel, and he named it the Goldfield Hotel because he won his championship in Goldfield, Nevada, you know, back in 1902. And he holds the record for having the longest championship fight. 42 rounds he boxed in the Desert Sun.
Oh, wow.
In Goldfield, Nevada. And he won on a foul. It was due to him low in the 42nd round. So he gave the guy a rematch and he beat him. He stopped him in the 6th round. But this is history that everyone should know. No one in Baltimore knows about Joe Gans. But everywhere else in the world and around the country, they know about him. So every time I get a chance, I have to let people know that Baltimore had the first African-American world boxing champ, Joe Gans.
I really appreciate your time with the history with this.
Yeah, I'm not only a trainer, I'm also a historian in boxing here in Baltimore. And I'm in the Maryland Boxing Hall of Fame.
Maryland
I was
Boxing Hall
inducted
of Fame.
into the Maryland Boxing Hall of Fame in 1996.
1996?
Right, and I'm the first African-American president of the Maryland Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yeah, how does it feel to be the first African
Oh
American?
man, it feels real good, man, because that organization's been around a long time. But they thought of me as far as the way that I run my organization, that I was qualified to do it, So I was the first African American and still the first African American.
Man, I really appreciate your time, giving your knowledge and history and all the education, talking about Umar boxing and the history of boxing in Maryland itself.
That's right, thank you.
All right, we appreciate your time today.
All right, thank you.
We out.